What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to 49 Faithfully. We're your hosts, Miriah Lee and Teran Lewis. TL, happy Saturday, man. Saturday, my guy. How you doing?
Doing awesome, especially that our boy got his bag.
Finally. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this thing lasted so fucking long and to have it all be done. Our guy gets paid. Feel so relieved. Obviously, we still got one more guy to take care of, but hopefully, that gets done in the next couple days, and we get big old Trent in there too. But yeah, chat. What's up? How you guys doing? Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Let's see who we got in here. Throwback, first in the door. Appreciate you, sir. As always, Throwback went back. I had him doing some errands for me this morning, so appreciate you. Let me see. Dawn, what's good, sis? Hope you're doing well. Hope the girls are great. Melissa, what's good? Rob D, no more $30 million. Will feed your wide receiver. He says, I changed my name and avatar back for only 30 million. You too can feed a wide receiver. And the next day he signs. So then it's your fault. You could have changed it back months
Months
ago and
ago.
we could
Yep.
have not been dealing with this drama.
Yep.
So
Yep.
thanks, Rob.
So here's
Really
my thing
appreciate
though.
that.
Before you go on, but here's my thing. If that worked, why haven't you put you two can have your quarterback protected for 34 million? You need to
There you
put that
go.
in there so Trent can get signed. Come on, man. You got to keep it. You got to keep it moving here.
Yep, put it in there, keep it for like a day, and then take it out. So by Monday, it's already in, out, and we're done. He can be paid.
Exactly.
Let's see. Yes, it is a relief. Whew.
Yeah.
Chrissy, what's good? Daniel Barry, what up? What's up, Steve-O? Kenny, what up, Kenny? Hootie hoo! Everybody that's watching, that's not in chat, that watches back on replay, that's watching on Twitter and X, since I can't see y'all's comments. Appreciate you all. Hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday as well. Hashtag paid BA to get into the first giveaway. Hashtag PAIDBA. Hashtag paid BA to get in the first giveaway. Got a lot of giveaways lined up today to celebrate our guy getting paid. A lot of AIYUK giveaways, but some others mixed in. Let me show y'all what we got. So to start off, the first giveaway will be we got the Brandon AIYUK wide open, which he always is. We got the Brandon AIYUK rated rookie. And we have this Brandon AIYUK bad boy here. That'll be the first giveaway. The second giveaway will be we got the Kittle and AIYUK Thunder and Lightning. We have the numbered Jake Moody rookie card. We have this Fred Warner bad boy here. Power players. And the Jair Brown rated rookie. So that'll be in the second giveaway. And then to wrap it all up, we have Brock Purdy under the lights. Ooh. We have Hot Routes, Brandon AIYUK. Because that boy be running some hot routes. We have the Aaron Banks autograph. The Brandon AIYUK patch card. Rookie as well. And then we have this numbered Brandon AIYUK bad boy here. So yeah, we have a lot of giveaways to get
That's
in.
some nice ones.
Make sure y'all stick around because the longer the show gets, the better the giveaways get.
Yeah. Hey, Breezy, I don't know, brother. Brian Culp is a huge Jake Moody fan. You might be in some competition with that one. I know you're a go blue like I am, but there are some Jake Moody fans out there. But I see what you're saying, man. He said
Breezy
nobody.
here. Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, he said send me that Moody. He says nobody deserves that joint but me.
What's up, Breezy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Collie, our guy got paid. Let's go, Collie. Let's go. Who else we got in here? Let me see. I think I didn't miss anybody else. Oh, yeah. Joel. What up, Joel? Miss Debbie. What's good, Miss Debbie? Hope you're doing well. Much love to you. Always, always. This, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the problem is these days is that so many people they only love to see themselves win. They could give a shit less and are jealous and hating on other people when they win, and that's a huge problem in today's like society.
Absolutely.
Like I love to
Too much
see
jealousy.
those around me getting like great things happening to them. Like,
absolutely.
Because I don't want to surround myself with losers. So like y'all better be doing something shit.
Most definitely.
Alberto. What's up, Alberto? So hashtag paid BA to get into the first set of giveaways. Yes, sir. Tribe, what up? I agree with Steve-O. CMC is a flat tire. What? What'd Steve-O say?
Does Steve-O say that? I gotta see that for
Steve-O's
myself.
I gotta salty and bitching about shit, so who knows? Who knows? All right, so get into that first giveaway. Hashtag paid BA. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to get into that one. Thanks, Melissa. Yes, the Aces clinched their playoff spots yesterday. They have been having a crazy season. So at least they punched their tickets into there, and now it doesn't matter what happens, in the regular season. Just get in there and take care of business.
It's so funny. Speaking of the Aces, before I go to the Aces, so Steve-O, actually, Justin Jefferson set the market at 35 million, and then after that, it started trickling down from there because there was a couple contracts before that, the St. Brown, the Waddle, stuff like that. But when Justin Jefferson got his 35, I think that set it for everybody else as far as the CeeDee Lambs and the Brandon AIYUKs and stuff. Speaking of the Aces, it's funny. I look at their coach, and she was an amazing player herself, Becky Hammond. But it was funny. I watched one game one time. They were up by this is how you know you have an excellent coach. They were up by 20 or 30 points on somebody. And Becky Hammond is still pissed off on the sidelines when somebody was making a mistake. She was yelling at somebody. I'm like, you up by 30 in the fourth quarter, and she didn't care.
No,
you
she's
screwed
always
up.
Frowning her with her eyebrows on the sideline.
And it was funny. And then so Asia Wilson was clowning around on the sidelines one day and messing around. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna stop because Becky's coming. And then she chilled and was like, no, because Becky don't play that, which I love. Like she keeps the same energy whether she's winning or she's losing. She don't care. You can be up by 20 in the fourth. You make a mistake, I'm calling you out on it. And that's why she's a two-time champion back to back, because of her demeanor. And I love it.
And it don't care when it comes, she's the same across the board. It don't matter if you're the last player on the bench or if you're Asia Wilson. You're not fucking around and getting away with it, right?
Exactly.
So I love that. And yeah, there's tons of videos out there where Asia and one or two of the girls will be messing around, and then all of a sudden Becky comes walking by and they're like
in
the
military.
Nope,
in the military. Yeah. It's like they called attention and everybody just straight up okay, I gotta stop. Here comes Becky. It's hilarious, but I loved it. I love her as a coach.
What's up, Coach Desi? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Much love, much love. What's this? Zagatos. What up? That picture. Ooh. All right. Hashtag paid BA. We're just BSing while we get you guys into this first giveaway. Then we'll get into some stuff here. All right, let's draw. Let's draw.
Before we get into our topics and stuff, I want to ask the chat real quick. I saw an article that said with BA getting paid, you know, his 120 million, and then with Brock Purdy due for his deal in 2025, out of these three players, if you had to pick one that's going to stay, who is it going to be? So the players that they had leaving were Tarvarius Ward, Dre Greenlaw, and Debo Samuel, because they think with all these contracts coming up, something has to give. So out of all them three, who do you feel stays?
All right, I'm going to draw these winners. What's up,
Sounds
Lionel? Good. All right. So the order I'm drawing, I'm going to draw the wide open first, and then the select, and then the rated rookie. So that's the order we're going for the first giveaway. So good luck. Good luck.
Lionel.
Let's see who dominates. Oh, look at that.
Coming through
Coming
in
in
the
and
clutch in
winning
the
right
last
out the
minute.
gate.
Yep. Okay.
I just sent his giveaways off like literally yesterday. Congrats, sir. All right. For the Brandon AIYUK select, good luck. Come on, ladies. Get it.
Collie.
That's not a lady. Congrats, Collie.
The fella's
But
coming in clutch right here in the
stuff,
beginning.
Sure. All right. For the BA rated rookie, good luck. I'm trying to make sure I get it right today, Throwback. You don't have to be going back to review shit.
Dawn.
Lionel, Collie, and Dawn, the first set of winners. Congrats. I'll get the second set of giveaways set up here shortly. And you guys can't cheat today because I changed all the hashtags. They're not the same as usual. So don't be cheating, all right? Congrats. Let me get this off of here. Let me share this other screen real quick with you guys, and then we'll get into the BA contract a little. Those that were watching the Two Goat show, I was, going on a rant because I was so freaking to the point of frustration that, like, just do what you got to do. Like, if you're trading him, trade him. If you're paying him, pay him. Like, this is enough, like the season's about to fucking start. Like, I'm tired of this shit, like going into this long ass rant. And then Steph's like, BA just got paid. And I like look over, I'm like, shut up. And she's like, no, seriously, the news just came out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, check and make sure it's not a fake account. Don't be screwing with my emotions because people are putting out too much shit. And she's like, no, really, I got my notifications turned on and it just notified me. And I'm like, oh shit, let's fucking go. My wife was sleeping because she works graveyard. So she sleeps during the time that I'm doing shows. And yeah, as you can guess, once I got done with the show and went into the room, she was awake. So I'm like, sorry, baby. What? I can't help it. BA got paid. What you want me to do?
Like, you don't understand. He got paid. I had to get loud on this one.
Exactly. And she's like, I'm trying to go to sleep so I can get paid. What the hell are you talking about?
That's funny.
Play this video before we talk because I think, this is I love this. This was the video when Brandon Ayuk got drafted, and you could play it after him getting paid, and it's still so fitting. I love when my guys that are 49ers fans, that grew up 49ers fans, that have family that are 49ers fans, when they get drafted to the team, and that's with any team, obviously, but
Yeah.
I care about this team. So like I love when they get drafted to the team that they're family and everybody's been rooting for their whole lives. So BA, obviously we know his mom's a huge 49ers fan. There's pictures of him, in his 49ers gear being, as little kid.
Yeah.
So it's just something like I love it. And so to be able to pay and take care of those guys, and like I'm sure BA's mom, like, can you imagine how freaking happy she is?
Oh,
Not only
man.
is her son taken care of, which means she's taken care of, right? Which means everybody's taken
Absolutely.
care of, but by the team that like you've literally been rooting for your entire life. Like so many parents, they have to switch teams because their kid gets drafted to another team, right? And they're not going to root against their kid. And
Mhm.
so it's nice when the parents actually get to, stay rooting for their team. So
Yeah.
shout out to BA. Let me get this comment out the screen real quick.
Hey, no, as you go to bed tonight, you were expensive, man. You cost us a lot, but you're worth it.
I'm gonna be worth everything. I'm gonna work.
That's good.
We're pumped, man. Enjoy the night with your family, and can't get wait to get started.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
You guys have a good one.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Oh my God.
Hey, no, as you go to bed tonight.
So I thought that was still, pretty funny. As you go to bed tonight, that you were, then you can see B here in his little 49ers gear when he was
Little
little.
turtleneck on. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so let's pull this contract up here. Let me make this bigger so we can see. All right. Well, let me read what the damn freaking comment says first, I guess. So it says Brandon Ayuk's 4-year, $120 million extension with the 49ers includes $45 million fully guaranteed at signing, with another $31 million locking in next April. He'll earn $24.1 million in 2024 plus $10 million, while San Francisco picks up $8.3 million of cap space for the upcoming season. So, it's funny because in that show with me and Steph, prior to BA signing, we're talking, somebody had asked something about Parag, and like why are him and Jed pretty much so selfish, and like like why do they wait so freaking long? Like maybe it's time to change, like get Parag out there, like out of there, change guys, all this. So like we were talking about that, and now you're seeing the numbers and everything come out, and everybody's changing their tune all of a sudden on Parag, and it's like, yeah, Parag's a genius. Back to he's a genius. He's so smart with the money. And even Steph, she had tweeted that out, like, oh, Parag, something about. I go, we just fired him on our show yesterday. Don't be trying to be giving up now, like. So it's funny, how us as fans, like one extreme to the next, right? But once you looking at the numbers and everything you're seeing with the Brandon Ayuk deal, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling about it?
I feel amazing. Like it's just one of those things where, like, we get this man on this team for another 5 years. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I know it gets frustrating as a fan base and stuff like that, but it's one of those things where at the end of the day, and we talked about this all the time, right? How like you look at the past like 4 years of contract negotiations, the player always ends up getting what they want. And then so it's like, he wanted 30 million. He wanted the same contract as Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he got it. So it's like, he ends up getting what he wants. And two, if you look at the history, Not
All
only
this
do the
and BA gets what he wants right there
Yep,
on the net.
exactly. All this, and he gets what he wants. And if you look at the history, and I get it, like it's a game of chess, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you look at the history, I'm more concerned about how the players who held out because they didn't get paid on time, how they perform going into their season when they signed their contract. So, you look at how Nick Bosa played last year. It was lackluster from what you see from Nick Bosa. What you saw from Debo came in out of shape and didn't do his thing after signing a contract. So it's like for the good of the team, just get it done, in a timely manner. And I agree with Carly. It's like I'm glad it happened, but still, you need to change the way you do business. And I'm so happy for BA because he didn't cave. So as a man, I can respect that. He's like, no,
Mhm.
he turned down. I'm not going to Cleveland. I'm not going to New England. I want to stay with you guys. This is where home is at. He's from the West Coast, grew up in Reno. His family is like a 2.5 hour drive from two to three, maybe 3 hour drive from where where he plays at in Reno. So, he's probably like, no, this is what I want to do. And the fact that, he stood strong and he knew what he was worth, and that's what makes me feel happy the best. He knows his worth. So I'm glad these fans who were, writing him off, and these fans our fan base is so lukewarm. All
Mhm.
the he don't deserve it. He's not as good as CeeDee Lamb. He don't deserve 30 million. Give him 28.
Mm.
He blah blah blah, this other stuff. And it's funny how many tweets were erased because now you're shutting your mouths because you're like, oh, now, and all of a sudden now he's worth it. Oh,
Yeah.
like be real with yourselves. And the fact that, like I said, I'm just so glad that this is done. And it was funny. I had asked a question on X the other day, and I was just like, look, we all, I'm not saying all of us, but for the most part, I would say 95% of us have jobs. Okay. When we have a great year and we're like not calling in sick, helping the company revenue, whatever the case may be, and then when you go after your year and you go to your yearly evaluation, I don't care what nobody says. Most of us aren't worried about what's going on with our organization's budget. I'm sorry. I,
Mhm.
if I know people that have been at my organization at my job 3 or 4 years or whatever, and I know how much they make, and I know I'm just as good, I'm going to ask for the same salary. I'm not going to sit here. Somebody said, like let's for instance, if I'm making $30 an hour, and I'm like, man, everybody who's been here for 3 or 4 years is making 34. I've been just as good. I want the same pay. You don't sit back in your house and be like, "Oh man, I want this $4 an hour raise, but man, my organization's budget, I don't know." Man, stop it.
Yeah.
So don't sit here and be like, "Oh well, he should know there's a salary cap." There's a salary cap in every business. There's a budget in every single business. They have a number of what they want to pay employees. And when I'm out there doing my thing and I'm coming on time, I'm doing my thing. I'm coming on time. I'm always at work. I come in when you need me, when other people calling sick on my days off. And you mean to tell me I got to sit back and think about your budget when I'm asking for a raise for what I'm worth? Miss me with that. The man got what he wanted, and I'm happy he didn't cave, and he walked away with the $30 million a year, and by fact, gets 46 million before August of 2020. I mean April of 2025. So good job, BA. Good job for the 49ers for giving him what he needs and what he deserves. But at the end of the day, stop with these ongoing negotiations when at the end of the day you can have this man in camp on time, build chemistry with whoever it is, build chemistry with his teammates, and we can get the season cracking.
Yeah. Steve-O, who are you fighting with? Like, I don't understand why there's a constant fight in the freaking comments all the time. Like, if you're not happy, you're not happy. Okay, cool. Like, nobody told you about nothing about unfollowing, about like, what the hell? Like, I don't know what your deal is, but please don't be over here starting no fucking drama. Hashtag AIYUK to get into the giveaway. Hashtag AIYUK. Get into the giveaway. Get in there. Get in there.
Yeah, look, he's
So,
being real negative. Look at this comment. Sign and trade BA 7 TDs for 30 million. Like, come on, bro. The
well, I
man
mean,
wasn't even top 25 in
if you don't
targets.
like he don't have to like the contract. It's
Yeah.
anybody can like whatever they want, but just don't
Yep.
be in here causing no fucking trouble. Like, we're trying to have a good time, a good Saturday. Like, you don't need to bring unnecessary drama into the freaking chat.
I don't
So
even know who he's talking to.
me either. So John Lynch put out yesterday a statement, which I'm still waiting for, like Brandon Ayuk to do his press conference and everything. They put out like videos, obviously, of him signing the contract and whatnot. And then John Lynch put out a little statement that says, "We were thrilled to draft Brandon in 2020 and are now equally excited to have him in the fold for years to come," said President of Football Operation and General Manager John Lynch. "Brandon is a special talent who is a warrior on the field and plays with a passion that we look for in 49ers. We look forward to Brandon continuing to be part of what we strive to accomplish as an organization." And then, like I said, I'm expecting, obviously for them to say more once a press conference comes. But yeah. Hashtag AIYUK, get in there. What's up, Big Frank, Kinney? I see y'all. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me see. I wanted to go back up here. Don, tell the girls hello. I see them. I see the message. I appreciate it. So yeah, hashtag AIYUK. Let me get this set up and we'll get these giveaways drawn. So do you think, we always talk about, obviously, players, it's a business, they shouldn't take things personal. But then at the same time, we always had the players coming out and telling us, like, hey, this bothered me. I am taking it personal. Like, it's hard to not take it personal when they're telling you things like you're not worth you're not worth shit, and like all this shit. And especially, I think, in the first round of contract negotiations, it seems like it's harder for the players, and then they kind of learn as you go, right? Like, I don't think they're expecting to go into it. And we've heard Richard Sherman, he's talked about this before, like that, you're not expecting to go into it and hear the things that you're about to hear. And, but at the same time, that's part of the negotiations. The business ain't trying to come in. The team's not trying to come in and tell you, hey, we love you. You're the best we've ever seen. You're worth all this. And, hand you all this money over. Like, they're telling you, pretty much we can do this without you, yeah, we like you, but, whatever. And so, yeah, I'm sure, it's kind of hard to not take things personal like that. Obviously, this drag, we even heard from Kyle, from John, through AIYUK from social media, yada, yada. We know this dragged on way longer than what they were expecting it to, probably got uglier than what they were expecting it to. Do you think there's the bad blood? How are you feeling about the bad blood situation? Do you think any of that carries over? You think AIYUK's going to be back to being cool? Kyle, obviously, he's not in the room negotiating, so I don't know why AIYUK would be why their relationship would be soured by anything, unless Kyle's there texting him hey, you loser, we're not paying you $30 million, Kyle's not in the room negotiating, so I don't know. I don't think their relationship's sour, but how do you think that relationship is between him and the organization now?
I think at the end of the day, he got what he wanted. So I think that, like we always say, all fans always say it, winning cures all. They go in there, they start to win, and he's showing his worth. And if Kyle was pissed off, he's gonna get over it once AIYUK starts going in there and producing. But I will say this: will it sour? And let me go back one. When you were saying that these players say don't take it personal and stuff like that, it does. I mean, I don't remember who it was. Was it Fred Warner or Kittle that was like, this was a Valentine's Day massacre, the contract
I
they
think that's
offered me.
Kittle, yeah.
That was Kittle. So yeah, so I
Mhm.
think they do take it personal, because when you're sitting here, and I get it, I know every team has a salary cap, but every team's salary cap is different, obviously, due to who's on contract, who's not, stuff like that. But when you're, like for instance, like with George Kittle, when he went out and had a heck of a year, made all pro, and then you want to offer him a contract that's not the best of the best at his position, it is a slap in the face.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, what more do I got to do to get paid? The top tight end makes 16 million. I want 17 because I outperformed that guy. You know what I'm saying? So, but I will say this with BA, and I don't know what's true, what's not true, but the fact that you had this man still under contract, for a 5th-year option, but then you go for and we know with AIYUK and Debo, you do not need to draft a first-round wide receiver. So the fact that he was under contract, the contracts probably weren't going well, or they had this mindset of like, well, dang, it's April, and I don't know how this contract's going to go. I don't know if we're going to trade BA. I don't know if we're going to extend him, wherever the case may be. So then when you go out and you draft a Ricky Pearsall, then in round 4, you go and you draft a Jacob Cowing, it will bother you. Like,
Yeah.
man, these two play my position. I'm still under contract, and that to me looks like they're not trying to pay me. So I can get it. Then you look at Jennings. Even he got soured a little bit. He was like, they had a deal on the table for him. And then it's like, wait a minute, you draft 2 receivers as well. You draft Pearsall, you draft a 4th rounder. I'm the 3rd receiver on this team. So are you trying to replace me too? So at the same time, I think it goes to a point where I get it. Like, they're all adults here, but at the same time, they're still human. And at any point, everybody wants to get paid what they're worth. I don't care if you're a football player. I don't care if you're a banker. I don't care if you're a cashier at a grocery store. You want to get paid what you're worth. And that's why a lot of these people, and I know it's different in the professional sports league because their information is public. But that's why when you go to like a normal job, it's always like, hey, don't tell somebody what I'm paying you per month or salary, because they don't want that stuff getting out, because it's a negotiation tool for them too.
Yeah.
Because if you and I work together and we're bankers, Miriah, and we're like, hey, I want to raise too. Me and Teran were the top bankers this year. We brought in the most revenue, whatever the case may be. And you say, I know Teran's making 65,000 a year, and you're only making like 56. You're gonna be like, I want $9,000 more a year to match what he's gotten. And if
Yeah.
they say, well, no, we can't pay you that, you're gonna feel some type of way. So it's a human element of things. But like I said, when it comes time to the end of the day, the 49ers are happy they got the number 1 wide receiver in the building. Not the number 1 weapon, but the number 1 wide receiver in the building. And BA ended up getting what he asked for. So at the end of the day, I think, if there was some souring of the two, I think now it's all going to be gone. He was in the building. He signed his contract. I'm sure there was a lot of smiles and laughs,
Mhm.
and they're going to get over it.
Yeah, I love that his son, like, he's pretty much, I don't know how old BA was in that picture I showed earlier, but they kind of look, BA was probably a little bit older maybe, but
Yeah.
his son's little about at that, around that age too. He's just so cute. And when
Yeah.
John Lynch comes into the office there to shake BA's hand and stuff, I love that he like took the time to stop and talk to his son, and like asked him like, are you happy? And yada, like had a conversation with like the little boy as well. Like, John Lynch is good in that way, like a people pleaser, like he's good in that role. Like, we used to call that my work. We had a GM, I won't say any names, but well-known guy around Las Vegas. We loved him. He took care of his employees great. The company sold, and of course they came in, got rid of everybody, brought in their own people. But since that guy, he was already old, had been around for so long, they kept him in like kind of like this made up like employee ambassador type role. So
Like
pretty much like we would say like his job
for him.
Yeah, like his job was walking around and shaking hands and kissing babies, like like making the people around happy. Like, that was his job. Like, they created this role, and then pretty much that just lasted a long time. They got rid of him, and he passed away, unfortunately, shortly after, because like that was his life, and they took that away from him. And well, that's unfortunately what happens. All right, we're gonna draw this second set of giveaways. So I'm gonna draw the Fred Warner first, and then Jair Brown, rated rookie. Then Moody, the numbered Moody. And then the Kittle and AIYUK, Thunder and Lightning. So that's the order this giveaway will go. Good luck, everybody. This is for Iron Man Fred Warner.
Lionel again.
It's going to be, we know once one person gets on a roll, they usually win a lot of stuff. So That might be your lucky day, Lionel. That's the way this giveaway picker usually works. It makes a favorite for the day.
Seems like
All
it.
right. Yeah. For the Jair Brown, good luck.
Man, I'm so excited for that safety position. That's like my favorite thing to watch this year.
I'm excited for the cornerbacks too.
Yeah. Alberto.
It almost looked like it was going to be Desi. Then it
I
said
thought it was
Trisha.
too. She said that when BA got his contract, she was acting a fool at the nail salon. I love it.
Those nail people are probably talking all kinds of crap about you. You didn't even know. They're like, look at this lady talking crazy. You didn't even know what they're saying about you. I feel like every time I go get my nails done, I always think they're talking shit about me. Yes, sir. All right, this is for Jake Moody. Because like they'll literally like look at you and then like be next to their partner talking in whatever, you know, like whatever language they happen to speak, and then like they'll be back looking at you, filing, and then they're back talking and talking shit about you again, and looking back at your feet, talking shit about you again. Like, yeah,
speaking to you in English. Oh, you got such pretty feet. Turn around to their coworker. Man, his feet are trash.
Exactly. Melissa, congrats. I swear that's what they do.
And it's funny because there's no stereotype, but it's usually Asians. Because when I take my daughters to get their pedicures and stuff, I'm like, man, that's all that was in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. All right, this is for the Thunder and Lightning, Kittle and AIYUK. Good luck.
You see what Izzy said about the Moody card?
No, I can't see.
She said, send the Moody to Breezy, please. Just giving away our giveaways, huh? Crazy. Did she win again?
Well, like Breezy don't have a pile started, so he's gonna have to be waiting a while to get one card sent in the mail. But okay.
Izzy again. Back to back.
All right. I'll get the last set of giveaways set up. Let me show you guys again for the newcomers what we got. We have the Brock Purdy Under the Lights, the Brandon AIYUK Hot Routes, the Aaron Banks Big Old Banks Auto. We got the AIYUK Rookie Patch Card, and we have the numbered AIYUK. So that's what we got coming up for the last set of giveaways. So how are you feeling about Trent Williams? You think he ends up getting done now? I feel like I always felt obviously that Brandon AIYUK was the tougher thing to get done, right? Because it's a new contract extension. Trent, I don't think, they don't need to add on any years. They just need to give him some freaking money. So like that shouldn't be this hard ass thing to do, right? So I feel like now that AIYUK, they got that all taken care of. Obviously, we saw in what I read off earlier that they opened up additional cap space by doing that AIYUK deal. So I feel like that all plays into Trent Williams, and hopefully, I said this at the beginning of fucking training camp that he should have been there that week, but now, it's all coming out like, oh, he didn't want to do training camp and all these other excuses and reasons why people think, it's not done yet. But all that to say, hopefully we get him back out there on the field Monday, because it's Jets week and like we need a left tackle. We have seriously nobody on that roster right now that I would feel comfortable
at all
walking out there to play left tackle against the Jets, who have a great defense. Let's not forget,
Yeah.
And risk our quarterback getting hurt the first freaking game of the week, like of the season, So, and Trent knows that. He knows the 49ers didn't draft anybody to take his spot.
Mhm.
He knows they don't have anybody on the roster good enough to take his spot.
Yeah. And he's a different circumstance, as far as some of these other players. Like, when you had like the Bosas, the Debos, AIYUKs hold out and stuff, they hadn't made 100 million in their career already. You know what I mean? This man has made his money. He's been in the league for a long time. So this little fine of, and that's, I'm not saying a little for us, for them. It's like $4.8 million in fines right now. He's probably like, okay, cool, because at the end of the day, he knows I've made my money. You need me more than I need you. So give me my money. I got two words that why he needs to be signed. I agree with Lionel and Alberto. He needed to be signed yesterday.
Yeah.
The fact that, these two words, Jalen Moore. That's why we need Trent Williams back on this
Yeah.
roster. Because, man, our run game not only is going to suffer, and that's what Kyle loves to do. So what they're going to do is, okay, you can't run the ball. I'm going to put 8 in the box. I'm going to blitz from different areas of the field. I'm going to blitz my inside linebacker, my strong safety. They're going to have people coming at us at all angles because they know our offensive line is not going to be where it needs to be. So the fact that, we're all talking about Brock Purdy, being not only the current quarterback, but the present quarterback, but the future of this team at quarterback for the next decade, he needs to be protected. And I think they're going to enjoy the little 3-day weekend for Labor Day and stuff like that. But I guarantee you by Tuesday or Wednesday, he'll have his deal in. And like I said, this man, the fines don't hurt him as much as some of these other players because he's made a ton of money already. So yeah, that's where I see it as. They need to get this man in. Um, you know, me and Collie and a couple other people in here, I've talked about how, like, when we were and what was crazy is, so I think Brock Purdy threw 12 interceptions last year. Do you know he threw 5 of them during the 3-game stretch when Trent Williams didn't play because he was rushing things a lot more? People forget about that. Half of his interceptions were during that 3-game stretch because no Trent Williams on that team, and our team went from 30 points per game to 17. I love me some CMC, but the most important man on this offense is Trent Williams right now. Bring that man back on this team yesterday so we can get it cracking and get week 1, because like you said, the Jets have a heck of a defense and we can't take them lightly. Everybody's, double-digit wins. Come on now. Jets aren't no scrubs, and you got a healthy Aaron Rodgers. So get this man in the building ASAP.
A healthy Aaron Rodgers that's going to be on a freaking mission to prove a point now.
Yep.
Hashtag GOAT to get into the giveaway. You see the chat, the private chat? Hashtag GOAT to get into the last giveaway. Get in there. Get in there. So I haven't got to talk to you since, like the 53 and you practice squad and all that came out. And obviously we lost a few players. How you feeling? Like, how you feeling with the squad that was made up? You feel like we lost? Are you mad about any of the guys we lost? I remember we went through the rookies and talked about which ones we thought would make the roster. And Jarrett Kingston was one that we had on the bubble and could see, going either way. Like, it was going to be tough, obviously, for him to make it. And obviously he's one of the guys lost. Samuel Womack, obviously, a fan favorite, went off to the Colts. Running back Cody Schrader to the freaking Rams of all places, like disgusting. And then also lost linebacker Jalen Graham to the Commanders.
That shocked me.
So yeah, how you feeling about all that?
So you guys all know I'm a Wolverines fan. I love my Michigan Wolverines. But Ambry Thomas shocked me. I'm like, this man made the roster, and maybe it's just because he's hurt and they just want to stash him.
I think if he was healthy, they would have got him.
I think if he's healthy, I think it would have been curtains for him. It would have been show would have been over. That shocked me. DFF kind of shocked me as well. I think I think, like we always talk about Kyle, it's all about a trust factor. He trusts him when it comes to special teams. He's not a great starter, but man, he does help on special teams. But I thought for sure, because I feel like, he's been in the league at least like 5-6 seasons already, DFF. But I give him his props. Like, he was undrafted. He's had a successful career, in my opinion. If you can be undrafted and make it through 5 years in the NFL, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Even though if we sit there and say that we think he shouldn't be on this team, they feel differently.
And on a
However,
good team, he's making the roster.
yeah,
It's not
that's what I'm
like he's
saying. Yeah,
making
it's not.
the
It's not like he's
Panthers
making
roster,
the
you know.
I was about to say the same team, the Panthers. Yeah, it's not like it's the Panthers who need that. He's making a excellent team who is known for always getting good linebackers, and he's making his team every year for the last like 5-6 years. So kudos to him. I just think that it's one of those things with DFF where I feel like he is who he is. I don't think he's really going to ever be like this great linebacker, but Jalen Graham to me has more potential being like 4 years younger, all that stuff. However, I'm not mad at it. I'm not going to be mad over a linebacker depth on the, who's fifth on the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? So Jalen Graham,
Yeah.
he looked promising to me, last year, last year and this year, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, I would say the surprise cut to me was Jalen Graham. The surprise keeper, obviously, was Ambry Thomas. However, Ronnie Bell was on a bubble for me, and I was kind of shocked that he made the receiving room. But like I said, maybe he just going through a bad stretch where he's just dropping the ball. You remember, and I'm not comparing him to this guy, but remember when Jamar Chase came in the league and he was struggling, he kept dropping balls, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's already a bust. He can't even catch." And blah blah blah. It could just be one of those things where they get in their head for a second, where they're just dropping balls. But at the end of the day, Ronnie Bell blocks. He's good on special teams, good route runner. If he can just clean that up with his hands and get it out of his head and be able to be a reliable hands catcher, I think he can be a good receiver on this team. So other than that,
Yeah,
I'm good with it.
I'm interested to see now, because we kept one extra wide receiver than what we normally do. But at the time, Brandon AIYUK was counting as a roster spot and didn't have him in the building, nor did anybody know what was going to happen, right? So I'm interested to see, because when Trent Williams, he's not on the current active roster. So when he does sign and comes back into the building, we got to make a roster spot. Now, is Ronnie Bell the last, guy hanging on to his life at that end of the roster that's going to be the one? I don't know. The thing is that I don't see if Ronnie Bell were to I don't think Ronnie Bell clears waivers.
No.
I think for sure Harbaugh, if he makes it to the Chargers waiver spot, is going to claim him.
Absolutely.
Their wide receiver core over there is shit. And obviously the Michigan ties, right? But my thing with Ronnie Bell is this. People are so pissed off at him because he sucked during the return game last season. Yet he didn't go into the season he's not supposed to be the returner. He was thrown in to the receiver spot, to the returner spot as an emergency. So, when somebody takes you and throws you into a job that's not your job with no, there's no warning. It was like, hey, our guy went down, here you go. And then, it's his rookie year. He has all this other shit thrown at him. He's trying to, come on. So I'm not mad at the guy for struggling at a job that he wasn't supposed to have in the freaking first place.
It wasn't even a job in college, Miriah. He didn't even do it in college like that.
Exactly. And then we've seen that he had no problems with drops in college. Last season, the preseason, he lit it up. He didn't have no problems with drops. When we needed him as a receiver last season in the regular season, he had no problems with drops. So now all of a sudden he has drops in the preseason, and we're going to erase all the good he did over a whole season last year, his rookie year, and just say, oh no, you're a scrub. Get the hell off the team. We give these guys no time to fucking develop anymore. It's just okay, we didn't like you in this role. You're shit. You're a bust. You're trash. Get off this team. I can't believe the amount of hate that I've seen Ronnie Bell get over the last few days since the roster came out. It's unbelievable. And it's just where did this come from? That you're just, no matter where the guy's drafted, they're just expected to show up day one and be great, or else you're out of here. You're trash. You're a bust. It's just this new way of football thinking is just crazy.
What's so funny? He got more hate as a 6th round wide receiver that was drafted more than a 3rd rounder in Danny Gray.
Exactly.
His dude was a 6th round pick. and like you said, at least and I'm not hating on Danny Gray. Hopefully he goes somewhere. I think did we put him on the practice squad?
No, he's
Oh,
not
he's gone.
nowhere.
He's not nowhere. So hopefully he goes on. He catches on somewhere because I think hopefully he finds his niche and finds a team who can use his strengths. But man, like he was a third round pick who showed nothing in a few years. Then you got Ronnie Bell that at least was even higher than the depth chart than Danny Gray. And then you see when AIYUK got hurt against the Giants game, he comes in. Not only did he play well, had a touchdown. And then, like you said, and all of a sudden, like, oh, this dude is trash, and this and that. Because you're absolutely right. We let him go. He's not making it through waivers. He is
Hmm.
not. I'm sorry. And like you said, just that connection with with Harbaugh or whoever, he might even go to somewhere like the Commanders. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because they know, oh, this dude can play. When you have good hands, sometimes it just doesn't go away. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? He's been probably playing wide receiver for 15 years of his life or whatever, since probably we call it in California called Pop Warner. He's probably been a receiver for a long time. Hands just don't go away. Like I said, it's just like a corner that gets beat or something like that. It could be just something that, it's in his head right now where he's like, man, like, where he's trying to, because a lot of the times receivers overthink it and they try to look upfield before the ball's secured. That could just
And
be
he
his
also
issue right
knew
now.
he had a lot that he was fighting for too. Like it wasn't just AIYUK that's thinking, "Oh, this team just drafted 2 wide receivers." What do
Exactly.
you think Ronnie Bell's thinking? They just drafted me last year. Now all of a sudden they're drafting 2 more
Two
guys to
more.
take my
Yep.
place. Like,
Exactly. So yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, man, like give the dude some grace. Like, like I said, he came in, he played well, and you're absolutely right about the special teams thing. I know you've never punt return before in your life, but I need you to go out there because you're all we got as a rookie, that would terrify me too. Like, oh man, I gotta go out. That guy's pressure on me. So yeah, I hope he gets. Oh, he was a seventh round pick. See, he was a seventh round pick, but his expectations were higher than a Ronnie Bell. I mean, than a Danny Gray. So
yeah.
it's crazy to me. So yeah, I hope they get this man some grace. I'm not just saying this. I'm a Wolverines fan. I'm saying this just as a football fan.
Hmm.
Like, get this man a chance. And then if he has another year of the drops and stuff, then it's a different conversation.
And if he is the odd guy out right now, then hopefully he does. Like I hope he does make it to the Chargers, and that he's able to have a great quarterback throwing to him, a coach that trusts him. So that might be a better situation for him. Who knows? But yeah, hashtag GOAT to get into the last set of giveaways. Jay, I see you. 49er Media, what up? Hashtag GOAT. Jason, what's good? We're going to draw these giveaways. So I forgot Desi had said this about Brandon AIYUK coming back now, that it takes pressure off Ricky. And yeah, like, can you imagine? We're talking about how these other guys are feeling like, Ricky, he's drafted in the first round, right? You're coming into a team that's having contract disputes with their number 1 wide receiver. So it's just like, okay, are they drafting, like, am I supposed to be drafted to take over this guy's role right away? A role that he went through hell to build and get into, and, like, went through the ringer, Brandon AIYUK did, to get himself to that spot. And Ricky's coming in like, oh shit, now I'm a first round pick. I'm thrown into this spot. Like, and then he's dealing with injuries. Obviously he came back. I don't know, Coach Desi, should be good to hear about this. I don't know if they rushed him back too fast from that shoulder injury, or why this keeps the same injury like he had it in college, now already twice with the 49ers before the season even starts. So he's going through all that. Like, now, instead of having to rush him back again and worry about his shoulder, like, maybe now we can take the time to make
Ease
sure
him
that he's
in.
good without throwing him out there into the fire, because our wide receiver core is actually intact now.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a perfect point, Coach Desi, because it would have been a Javon Kinlaw situation all over again. Oh man, you came off for DeForest Buckner, now you're hurt. I remember all the talk, and I mean a lot of it ended up coming true. And like I told you, I never call anybody a bust at who's made a professional football or any kind of professional sport, because they've reached a pinnacle that none of us would ever imagine seeing. So just imagine though, he has a hurt shoulder, and you got a fourth rounder and Jacob Cowan outperforming him right now. They're already calling this man a bust. Just imagine if Brandon Ayuk got traded and we're going into week 1 and he wasn't able to go and we had to start. Oh man, it would have been terrible. Good thing for Pearsall that Brandon Ayuk has came back to this team. Because now, just like everybody's, just like Coach Desi's saying, you can just ease him in. You don't have to rush the shoulder situation. We can just, if he comes in right now as like the fourth or fifth receiver, who cares? Because nobody's even going to be thinking about him right now, unless there's like an injury or something. So right now, ease in, get that shoulder healthy, and a lot less pressure on you being a first round pick. And this, Miriah, people always will give grace to players who they wanted on the team. So,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of 49er fans weren't happy with the pick at first. A lot of them were
Mhm.
like, oh, we reached for him. We could have got him round 2. There's Adonai Mitchell. There's so-and-so. Whatever. They're naming all these other receivers who have been looking pretty solid. You know what I mean? Looking pretty solid. So it would have been real bad if this had came, if it was a negative side on this where Ayuk was gone. So yeah, I agree with Coach Desi, but I'm happy at the same time because we don't have to
Yeah.
rush. We got our guy back in Ayuk. We definitely know the first 3 receivers that are going to be on it, Jennings, Ayuk, and Debo. So hey, it's all good.
Yep. All right. Make sure this is the last call that you're in the giveaway. #GOAT. There's some good stuff in this one, so make sure you're in there. The order I'm drawing is Brock Purdy first. And then we got the numbered Brandon Ayuk will be drawn second. The Hot Routes BA will be drawn third. And then the Aaron Banks autograph. And then the Brandon Ayuk patch card. So that's the order that we're going. Make sure you're in there. #GOAT to get in there. Last call. Good luck, everybody. This is for Brock Purdy under the lights.
Speaking of Brock Purdy, man, did you see that photo of him? And I think he invited some of the guys to his house, the offense line, the quarterback room for a barbecue. They had like ribs and all this other stuff. He's such a good guy, man. 49er media. I'm glad you won, brother, because I wanted to comment on your comment. I disagree that the 49ers had to reach because it was the end of the first round. I don't believe any team reaching for need. I don't believe in that. I think that's when you get yourself in trouble. I think when you're a team as good as us, you get the best player available and then you work it out. Like, if you had an offensive line or wide receiver as equal value, you go with the offensive line or something. I don't think they had to reach for Pearsall because they were at the end of the first round. I disagree with that.
This is from the numbered Ayuk. Good luck. Lionel, see?
Man, that's his third win.
Hat trick, Lionel. Congrats. I'm telling you, this thing, it picked its favorites. All right, this is for the AIYUK Hot Routes. Good luck. Also, speaking of Brock Purdy, Zagatos, congrats. I believe this is your first win, unless, I don't know if you had a different name before, but I believe this is your first win. If so, and you're on X or Twitter, you can DM me your address there. If not, then let me know and I'll give you my email to email me the address. And then what happens is, like I start a pile, your bag with your name on it here. And then I usually try to mail out once a month. So you'll, next shows or whatever that you come to, when you have a chance to win, if you win, you can just stack it up for the month and then I'll mail it all out at the same time. So that's how that works. But congrats. This is for the Aaron Banks auto. Good luck. Alberto.
It's his second win.
Congrats, sir. Alberto wins a lot. He's lucky. He's lucky.
He's a new JV.
Yep. All right. This is for the Brandon AIYUK rookie patch. Good luck, everybody. Also, if you're on X or Twitter, to everybody, if you haven't already seen it, I have a congrats, Miss Debbie.
Yes, Deb.
I have Brandon AIYUK giveaway as well. That's current that I just put up yesterday on X or Twitter. So to get entered into that, all you have to do is make sure you follow me so that I'm able to hunt you down if you win, and just retweet the post. Congrats, Miss Dan. Congrats, everybody. So, speaking of Brock Purdy, though, there's a list that came out, and I thought it was funny because it was two different lists, and it said it was voted on how many ever NFL players. Who knows which NFL players, because Josh Allen was on the list, on one of the lists too, and he said that he was never sent like any poll or anything to vote. So he doesn't know who voted, but it says NFL players voted. And it has Brock Purdy as the 7th most overrated player in the NFL. And then it has him as the number 1 most underrated player in the NFL. So I'm not sure really how you can be underrated and overrated at the same time. But that's how they feel. These 100 and whatever NFL players, that's how they feel about our quarterback.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think Brock is underrated and overrated for the same reasons. People think he's underrated because of the numbers he puts up. You know, you look at his stats. I think he was number 3 in yards passing behind Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love. So you look at that. You look at the number of touchdown passes, stuff like that. But then, oh no, I take that back. Sorry, he was 2nd in touchdown passes behind Jordan Love and Patrick Mahomes, not yards passing. So he was top 3 in touchdown passes. Then, you know, he made the Pro Bowl, all this other stuff. So people think like, oh man, like how can you deny this guy? He's showing you what he can do with his stats. But at the same time, people think he's overrated because of the same situation. They think, well, look at all the weapons. 49ers got the best offensive weapons as collectively in the whole NFL. How can you not have these numbers when you have CMC, Kittle, and Debo, and AIYUK, and blah, blah, blah. So I think that's where the overrated, underrated comes in. It just depends on how you see it. You know what I mean? Those are my thoughts. So yeah, I think that's just where it comes down to. So I think that's why he can be overrated plus underrated at the same time. I know it sounds funny, but I think that's where players see it. Because when I talk about football all the time. You know, I talk just with people. People see me if I'm wearing a 49ers shirt or a hat or something. Oh, you're a Niners fan, blah, blah, what you think? And blah, start thinking. And I get mixed reviews. A lot of people think Brock Purdy is underrated. A lot of them think he's overrated. So those are my thoughts.
What's up, McNiner? He says, what's up? Been listening while I drive through some mountains, but now it's time for some chow. Enjoy your chow and have a safe trip, sir. Appreciate you listening to us on your Saturday drive.
Through the mountains. It's probably a good view.
I love y'all so much for putting, that's why I went through and posted all these congrats, because you guys are awesome to, post all that love, and congrats to all the winners. Let me play something for the winners here. Where's my thing? It's not moving. Come on. Like my wheels stopped working. What the hell's going on? They don't want me to play it, I guess. It's like, hell no. We ain't playing shit.
I found the tweet I was talking about, Miriah. So
hold on.
Oh, you found something? You found it? Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. So so I found the tweet that was put out. So Brock Purdy, for continuity purposes, and brought all the guys together, all the quarterbacks and the offensive linemen, to have some camaraderie. They hung out at his house. It says the 49ers quarterbacks and offensive linemen went to a cookout at Brock Purdy's house. They had tri-tip, ribs, pulled pork, chicken thighs, and sides.
Dang.
So he
He's
treated
feeding
them
those boys
boys.
good.
And them offensive linemen, them boys can eat. So the fact that he had all that food, and that's what you call a team captain right there. You know what I mean? It is, and he's probably, well, if you look at it, he's probably, other than Brandon Allen, probably the lowest paid payer on this in this picture. You know what I mean? It's for, well, no, never mind, Dominic Puny and all them, but you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
The fact that he's not the money maker. It's not like it's Patrick Mahomes taking his guys out. You know what I mean? It's Brock Purdy, who's probably making barely $1 million, saying, "Hey, come to my house for some good grub, for some continuity." Like, you love to see that, especially in your quarterback.
Well, he's making more money than that, just not from the NFL.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy's getting paid.
Yeah, his NFL salary is not even probably top 10 in this picture. You know what I mean? But hey, yeah.
Did you see that Malik Mustafa changed his number?
No, what number is he now?
I believe, let me see, I have it right here. Or if you guys know already at the top of your head, but I think I saved, where is it? It's a single digit number, like six.
That's what Izzy said.
6. Yeah, 6. Yeah. You don't need to be putting 666 in my chat. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's a 4th one now. Cool.
But yeah, hopefully, there's a couple guys that had some crazy numbers that hopefully now that the rosters, cleared up a bit, they can start changing their numbers. Like, I think it's, Isaac Guerrero has number 49. Like, get rid of that shit.
Yeah, that's
like, they give that player, like, I feel like they give that jersey to all the scrubs that aren't going to make the roster.
Yeah. I think the last person that had that number was Bruce Miller, our old fullback that punched that old man at the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? That's the last guy I remember wearing that number. But yeah, 6. Hey, I'm feeling that. And it's funny, Izzy wanted to let us know so much that she put it down 3 different times that he was number 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it. I kind of, you know what? I didn't have a problem with 43 because the reason why he said it, he was like, I picked 43 because Ronnie lost my favorite player of all time, and that's the closest I can get to him. So, Josh Hokett wore 49 as well. So
it doesn't look, I don't think it looks bad. And I think it's cool to be on the 49ers wearing 49, but the 49ers always give that jersey to all the scrubs in training camp. There'll be like 10 guys like that sign at the end of the roster that are camp bodies that all wear 49. So like, I don't think one of our like top 3 running backs on the team should be wearing a number that you've given to 69,000 other people that don't make the roster. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
Elijah
not that it looks like I could give a shit how it looks.
Yeah. Elijah Mitchell, I don't know if he wore 49 or not. I mean, he might have. I'm talking about anybody who made a difference on this team, like who wore 49. I remember it being like Hokett was on a practice squad. It didn't, but I'm talking about a Pro Bowl player and Bruce Miller wore 49 that actually made a significance on this team, other than somebody like Miriah stating, like it was all given to people that you knew were getting cut. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Zagato says, will Brock Purdy reset the quarterback market? Is it possible he can get $60 million a year? What do you think?
I don't think he's going to take that much. I don't. I mean, I get it. He hasn't made the money that he deserves. I feel like he's a team player, and I think he's just going to be like, I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to be like, oh, give me 30 million. I'm not saying that. I think if they were to say, hey, we'll give you 48 million a year, I don't think he would turn that down. But that's just me.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens during the Brock Purdy contract negotiations because we have quite a few guys, that are coming up for contracts, at the end of the season as well. So like if you're waiting again till the week before freaking week 1 for Brock Purdy to sign his deal and all these other guys are like, please, can we just like be ahead of the fucking ball and get Brock Purdy paid so you can get the rest of the guys and deals, everything else fixed, and we're not like waiting till week 1 and don't have a quarterback in half our team. Like, can we please not go through this every single freaking off season? Like, I just want my quarterback and my wide receivers to be able to practice together during the off season.
Okay.
That's so like we haven't had that in 10 fucking years that I can remember. Like Jimmy G was always hurt and busted up, or like we had different wide
Holdouts or something.
receivers every freaking year. And like ever since we got Brock Purdy, it's either he's hurt, the wide receivers are out, they're in contract negotiations, something like, oh my God. Like, can we just
Yeah, it's
have
always
one
something.
off season?
Yeah,
I don't want to go through this. This off season was so freaking stressful. I don't want to do this again. I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like I aged 34 fucking years this off season.
Yeah, let me get to Izzy's comment real quick. No, you're not the only one who enjoys Juwan Jennings getting recognized. We all know he's an underrated receiver, does everything for this team. He gives us all. He didn't get the name Third and Jennings for nothing. You know what I mean? And I think that he's gotten paid. He took a stance as well. He was like, "No, I'm holding out until I get paid." They paid him something that he felt he deserved, and then he was okay with it. He accepted it. So yeah, one of the more underrated third receivers I think in the league, because man, the dude, you don't hear him complaining. He just goes out there. He brings his lunch every day, and if you're lined up across him, you better have eaten your lunch and brought your lunch as well, because that man is physical. He's gonna dog walk you, when it comes to his blocking, all this other stuff. So yeah, I love me some Juwan Jennings.
And when Juwan Jennings signed his contract, we talked all about it in the shows following. This was an AIYUK show because AIYUK just signed his contract. So no, I'm not going to go on this big rant about congratulating Juwan Jennings for something that I already spent 4 freaking episodes of my podcast talking about. Like, why? This was AIYUK just signed. When Trent Williams signs, we're going to have a Trent Williams episode to talk and congratulate Trent Williams. So every time we have an episode congratulating somebody, are we supposed to talk and congratulate Juwan Jennings? No. We congratulated Juwan Jennings and gave him so much love. Like, seriously, 2 months of this entire freaking offseason already. So because you weren't watching the episodes, like, that's not our fault. So no, I'm not going to continue to keep spending episodes talking about whoever you put in the chat to request to talk about. Like, you already started off this entire podcast by disrespecting me, and then you sent in this entire chat talking about Juwan Jennings. Like, we gave Juwan Jennings his love already. And now you're making me spend time fucking on this rant about fucking Juwan Jennings that I didn't want to be on. Like, damn. Well, I don't care. You're on a podcast every week. You go talk about Juwan Jennings. Like, this was a Brandon AIYUK show. Jesus. Like, this show don't revolve around you, Melissa. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Now, please. Like, damn. I saw you don't have to keep posting a comment in the chat 600 freaking times. Like, other people are trying to talk about stuff. And you're on there trying to tell the host how to do their job. Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, Papa J,
Yeah.
I think you might be right. You're right. He's probably, and I get it. He's a Christian. It had nothing to do with Brock Purdy being a Christian. I'm just saying he's a good guy. And like I said, I'm not saying if he takes the full max that he's not. I'm just saying he looks like one of those players, kind of like how Tom Brady was for years. Tom Brady was just like, I'll take this to keep this intact. You know what I mean? And then too, but obviously too, Tom Brady was married to a model, so he was getting money on the back end. But as far as like a team player, I'm just looking at it as like, I just think that if they, we talk about the negotiations and stuff like that. If they told Brock Purdy, hey, we're going to give you $50 million, which is, nothing to sneeze at, just wouldn't be surprised if he took it. That's all I'm saying. Now, will he take 65? Absolutely. If they offered him to be the highest paid quarterback, he's going to take it. I'm just saying, if they give him 10 million less, wouldn't be surprised if he took that as well. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. All right. So those that are a part of the Faithfully Fantasy draft, the free league that was just put together, our draft is in like 11 minutes. So if you're a part of it, don't forget, make sure you're in there, get in there. Happy draft day. Good luck, everybody drafting. I'll see you all in the draft room. But yeah, we're getting out of here. Any closing thoughts, TL?
What pick do you have? Do you guys have your picks already or not yet?
Oh, let me see. Because last time I looked, it didn't. Draft. It does it so late on this app. I don't know why.
Does it?
It's like, okay, yeah, enter draft. Let's see. I have, where am I? The 11th. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Dang.
Alberto, where are you at? Alberto has the 8th.
Alberto has the 8th pick.
Brandon has 7.
Okay.
I don't know who I'm gonna pick.
Is it a 12-man? Is it a 12-man league?
12, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, at least yeah. It's funny. I think I'd rather have 12 than 11. They should get the back-to-back picks, you know.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of mocks like at different positions to see like how things fall, but I haven't done one at the 11th spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's different. Cool. All right. So hopefully when you and Ty have your show on Tuesday about the Niners, hopefully Big Trent has signed by then.
Yes.
Hopefully he's signed. I just don't see it going another week because our game is literally like what, 9 days away? We're 9 days away from this game. We need that man out there immediately because I'd be worried about Brock Purdy's health and our running backs if it goes to a situation where we don't have Big Trent out there, which I just do not see a possibility of that happening. You saw when he was getting ready to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs, Kyle stepped in and called him, was like, I need you to come play for me. So yeah, like Rob D said, feed your silverback.
Yeah. Yes, we need him. I'm hoping. Hey, maybe the news breaks when me and Ty are live, but hopefully it's done Monday. Like I don't want to even wait till Tuesday. I don't want to wait one more extra day than I have to.
Yes.
So hopefully, Monday, I'm guessing they have practice. I don't think they should be. Who knows? Maybe they got the day off. I don't know. But whenever their next day to show up, hopefully Trent Williams is paid by then.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, it's Labor Day, so that's why I don't know if they practice Monday or if they'll have it off.
I'm sure they gave it to them.
Like how that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But happy Labor Day. Hope everybody's safe. Wonderful. I'll see you all when I see you all. Take care. Much love. Appreciate everybody that came through. As always, you guys are the best. And yeah, everybody. Yeah, Rod D. We're trying to break the news twice. And those that are in the draft, I'll see you in the draft. Also, the Money League, the Faithful Lee Money League, we draft tomorrow at 3. So the ones that are in that, we're going to have a space as well for the draft tomorrow. So I'll see you all in the space tomorrow. But yeah, everybody have a safe and wonderful rest of your week. And we're out of here. Much love.
Take care, fam.